Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. So without further ado, let's get going. The latest NVidia GeForce Ready, the software, had some issues from what I can tell. Some high usage of the CPU when you exit like games and other applications. And they managed to launch now like an hotfix. So this is like a temporary hotfix until the WHQL whatever it is. So the final WHQL certified driver is out, but at least it's like a temporary fix. So if you want it, you can download it now. Again, when you go to download all this kind of software, be sure that the site is the proper one and not like a mirrored version with some malware inside. Basically, that's it for now for this hotfix. Until then, you can wait for the final version of this fix. I've been seeing a lot of this kind of things, the DDR with the instead of like the 4, 8, 16, 32 gigabytes. They are launching now like 24, 48, and even more capacities on, especially on motherboards for Intel processors. I don't think this is like kind of necessary because this is new RAM capacities and new technology basically, so it's like different how it handles a lot of stuff, and it's expensive like shit. Sorry about my English. As you can see, that it is the capacities are increased, yeah, okay, but the prices are completely insane. Basically, this is the takeaway. Mainly if you are a gamer, 16, it's like the not the sweet spot, but it's like okay, the recommended one. If you play games like 1080p, 1440p, you can upgrade it like 32, like for two kits of 16. Also, AMD usually doesn't handle well the memory controller with 4 sticks of RAM, so it's better to use only 2. I'm not sure how the Intel, usually the memory controller that they bring on and their motherboards, if it handles well like the 4 slots occupied. But usually I advise only like 2. It's more than enough. It's you occupy a channel, it gets the DDR thing going on, the double rate data, and I think it's like overkill, more than 32 if you're just playing games and do some light productivity work. I think it's more than enough. I think they just try to, and especially with everything like motherboards, CPUs and everything, even though it's very good to have this high-end technology, I think it's in some cases like overkill. In this specific case, memory RAM, I think it's being a little bit overkill. Like the speeds are not that big enough to make a huge difference, like 5200 megahertz. Some of them are like 7000. This is like for very specific uses that you can take advantage of these kind of speeds and this kind of capacities. It's usually about the productivity applications, like video editing and rendering, and also some image stuff that you can make, and 3D work. So take it very don't go and think about buying this stuff. This is way too expensive for what it's trying to do, which usually it's more about gaming or light productivity work, like even like the managing like videos and stuff. It's more than enough, like 32 gigabytes of RAM. It doesn't have to be like huge amounts of speed. Usually AMD, the sweet spot until now, what we can figure out is like 6000 megahertz. AMD is a little bit more sensitive on the speed, that's why they think 6000 it's good. And even the timings here, the optimal one, the more tighter the timings, the better it behaves. But with this new, especially with this 3D cache CPUs from AMD, you don't see like a huge difference, especially on gaming. So it doesn't kind of matter, because the gains that you usually see for the price you get, it's like very marginal. Um, while it's good to see they improving the technology on the DDR5 thing, don't go thinking that you're going to get like 30%, 20% of like performance or something like that, because you're not. If they tell you so, it's lie. It doesn't work like that. Or if you try to imply something like that, it's not how it works. But yeah, it's good to see, but be cautious. Now, for gaming, yesterday I didn't explain myself. It was just a morning at my time, so for the Lamplighter League new game that it's coming out, Life has a very good article regarding this game. I managed to cross through that it was a turn-based RPG. I forgot completely the names of the games that are kind of similar, even though it's like to a certain point similar to XCOM, how you go about it, the part of the strategy, so outside of the battle, it seems very very similar. You can upgrade your characters. You can there is mod slots. There is, I think there is abilities unlock also. I think it's also going to work with XP wise, and the combat itself is more similar to the Year Mutant Zero, the game that you have like the first phase is like trying to infiltrate and take out some like guys that are more critical for you to take out before entering the proper phase combat. But yeah, this article is very good. I think I didn't get through my message that I wanted to give yesterday, especially for the Year Mutant Zero and Miasma Chronicles that is also coming out soon. They are very similar in how they play. The story is completely different. Set in the 30s, kind of Indiana Jones style environment here. Ragtag of thieves and everything with the different classes. So it seems very good. It's the same guys from Shadowrun, like a pedigree. So it seems pretty good. And this is the one that I wanted to pass through. I think it's more clear, because yesterday I was thinking about it, how I passed it through the message I wanted to pass, and it was not the best one. We got some rumors. Supposedly there has been some rumors going about again from GTA6 after the leaks and all that huge thing that happened a few months ago. Supposedly there's going to, they think the rumors seems to indicate it's going to be released like next year holiday time, so 1 year and a half from now at least. We got in this one like Ray Liotta. I don't know if he managed to get some work done here, because Ray Liotta, I think it's passed away a few months ago at least, or almost a year now. But from what we know, Rockstar is not like in a big rush to get out this game, mainly because of the leak stuff that happened. A lot of, even like the code went out. FBI and everything got involved, because then they managed to get through, I think, I don't know how it ended, but supposedly they managed to find the person who did this, or the group who did this. But yeah, they are not very in rush to put out this game. Of course, they have GTA 5 still making huge buttloads of cash for them, so there's no rush here. I suppose they want to at least polish the game, alter some stuff. I think mainly what it came out, because even with the things that came out, there was a lot of criticism of what seems to be they were aiming to. So it's a rumor, take it with a huge grain of salt, but at least maybe we have something for next year. Supposedly there should be, in the leaks, there should be like an announcement this year for something like that, but don't count on it. And yeah, we got also from AMD. Supposedly there's going to be a presentation on Game Developers Conference. I think this is how it's called. to give a sneak peek of exciting new technologies, whatever the marketing term they wanted to give it. So basically, I think it's FSR thing, the 3.0, because we have like 2.2, I think, the last one or something like that. But yeah, I'm curious to see. Yeah, as you can see, the when they launched the RX 7000, they managed to say that the coming this year the FSR 3 supposedly gives 2 more FPS than FSR 2. But yeah, upscaling technology is interesting in some cases, but I prefer native resolution, no fake frames, best possible effect qualities and everything, graphic qualities, than than other stuff. That's how you measure the power of a GPU. It's not by inputting, simulating fake frames or trying to make an upscale technology of some sorts to give the impression that you have like a pretty game with a high FPS, because basically upscaling, it's putting a lower resolution and the algorithm is going to try to a certain point to guess and upscale to a bigger resolution. In this case, usually it's like if you want to play 4K with this technology available, it's going to render the game in 1440p and then upscale it to 4K. And if you want to play 4040p, it will upscales from 1080p to 1440p and so on. It can be good, for example, for if it's not, it can be for single player games in most cases, like I don't know, Microsoft Flight Simulator, or like a game more slower per se, lower paced, where you don't have like the GPU to handle properly like a 4K game. I think it can be decent enough because you have some gains in FPS, so the game seems a little bit more fluid. There is no penalty for lag as far as I can see. But yeah, usually it's not good because it's not going to be exactly the same quality of a native resolution, but it has its applications. I can recognize that, but I always prefer native resolution with without fake frame rates. But yeah, I'm curious to see what they are going to present here, because the 7900 XT is a very decent graphics GPU, but the price is still very high, even with this kind of $100 discounted give in some places here and there. Is not official, so AIPs, I don't know how they're going to handle this backstage with the AMD. But yeah, it's still a little bit expensive. I think the best price for that GPU, taking the current situation, should be like $650 to $700 maximum. And if the 4070 Ti comes down kind of the same price, I can see some battle happening there. But yeah, we are still waiting for the rest of the lineups for both AMD and NVIDIA for middle range GPUs, but they are not putting there because they are still selling to their liking the higher stuff. We will see how it goes. But yeah, enough of that. Let's go for gaming deals. We still have Marvel's Midnight Suns. Now they are 50% off, which is good, but it's the Digital Plus edition. The Legendary Edition, it's not on discount. I think this is the Digital Plus edition. Not sure if it has all the content here, but at least it's a discount, 50% off. But let us check what they got here. Yeah, what does it include? I don't know. I suppose it doesn't include all the DLC, but yeah, I think it only managed to get the DLC that it came out. Yeah, I think so, from before the price, the original price, to the discounted one. But I will leave the link in the description so you can check it out properly. We got Bleak Faith. It's an interesting game. I covered this one like 1 or 2 times, I think. It's coming out on the 10th, so in like 2 or 3 days. The time of the recording, it seems like Dark Soulsy. It seems like a mixture with high fantasy with some high technology stuff here. Of course, there are still no reviews yet, but it's very interesting, the setting and everything. I don't know if it has like a very empty world or not, because from the trailers we don't see a lot. We just see like focused combat things here, and even on the trailers you don't see like a very occupied environment, a la Elden Ring from what I saw. But yeah, it seems interesting. I will wait for reviews to tell you and give you some updates here. And lastly, we got Dredge. It's been announced. It's coming late this month. I saw some previews of this game. It's a very interesting one. It's kind of a mystery here. You go with your boat. You have upgrades for your boat. You got the overarching story there. You fish and you go to the fishmonger to sell the fish and everything. But there is like a kind of Lovecraftian thing around it. I'm not sure if this is like roguelike stuff here. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's very interesting to me. I just wishlisted like a few days ago. If you seem interested in this kind of game, just pay attention. I always like some good indie games. Seems to be one of them, even though the publisher is Team 17, which kind of middle of the ground. It's not AAA, but it usually puts out good games. And Blockstock Games, the developer, seems very... I'm not sure if it is the first game, but seems very interesting. And basically this is it for today, guys. I'm going to wrap up here, and with my GoGetFundMe for me to upgrade my PC to deliver better and more content for my private clients, and see if I can start doing some video content for them. They've been asking me for a while now. And yeah, of course on my free spare time, doing the gaming videos that the daily videos that I'm doing, start doing some gameplay series, and of course I want to start doing some scripted content also, so I can get more in depth in some subjects that I like to talk about. And with all that said, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next one. Till then, Kunamy Master out.